I love it that we're getting to fall. Foggy morning, nice and cool out. It's not completely dry and everything is just dust. It's pretty great. Get back in here. We got a mess to clean up today. All kinds of stuff. That cleaned up, and I think I'm gonna open up that rear diff and just see how much damage is in there, because it sat overnight and didn't leak a damn drop. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the shop. Yesterday, in the last video, I tore down that F350, got the axles moved into the shop and transmission, all that. During teardown, I noticed that the rear differential, the pinion has a lot of slop in it. I'm pretty sure the bearings are gone, and there was glitter all over underneath the pickup. Also, it's tilted with the pinion down right now, and with that bearing being as bad as it is, I know that seal's gone, and there isn't one drop of oil that came out of it. So that rear end is in bad shape, and that's what I'm going to do this morning. Is I'm going to pull the rear diff cover. I can see there's silicone on it, and somebody's been into it before. I'm going to pull that cover and see what we're dealing with, and that's going to kind of help me. Hopefully help me make a decision on where to go with this. I have a full float 14 bolt, as mentioned in the last video. It's sitting there and I know it's good. So I'd rather keep all the Ford axles, just so everything, the brakes and everything will be matched up. I don't want to mismatch parts and have my master be too powerful for the rear, but just right for the front. So anyways, I'm hoping that this is okay. Hoping it's just this rear carrier and pinion, all that stuff that's bad, because I'm planning on re-gearing these anyway and changing the carrier out for a selectable locker anyway. So hopefully that's where the damage is. Hopefully we didn't get a bunch of stuff down the axle tubes. I really don't want to replace all the bearings, but I will if I need to. I'll just have to figure out what costs are and see which way is my better way to go. So with that being said, let's start tearing it apart. We got lots of silicone around this cover, and that I don't believe is factory. So we'll see what we're dealing with here. Oh boy, that is not good. That's the pinion getting into that carrier housing. And there is oil in it. That seal is somehow holding, I don't know. But wow, that had been making some noise. The fact that guy was driving it for a couple months before I bought it kind of blows my mind. Wow. Well, it is a limited slip rear, but I don't know that it's gonna be worth doing anything. There's metal, there's a lot of metal in everything with that. Get you a little better view here. I mean, those are deep, way deep. I can't believe this. Let's dump this glitter out. See how she looks in there. I think I'm gonna try and reuse that if I can. I'm gonna try and reuse a lot of stuff off of this. You know, most guys have a budget and they can buy new parts, but I've got basically no budget. I can't afford anything, so I gotta do this as cheap as possible. But I mean, a sway bar for a F350 should be plenty stout. Might be too stout for what I'm doing, and I'll replace it in the future. But the mounts are there and they look like I can make them work. There. There we go. How does this come up on the bottom? Just roll out of there, it looks like. Okay, good. We got that one off. We'll get the other side off. All right, good. Got those off there. Them out of the way. What else we got going on here? Yeah. That wire can come out of all that stuff. That there just needs. Better save that plug. It's for the tone ring in the back of this thing. I don't know if it's doable or not, but I might be able to use that for my secondary vehicle speed sensor for the LS computer. So I'm gonna hang on to it. Hopefully I can do that, make things work. Just a quick little look at those e-brake cables. They've got all these little, come on focus, there we go. All these little ears that stick out around it. You have to get those all pinched in. And of course, you can't just have two on opposing sides where one pair of pliers can do it. There's three of them, so you have to pinch one, hold an angle, pinch another, then pinch another, then you can get them out. I'm sure there's a special tool for it, but I don't have it. I have channel locks. But yeah, there's the groove that it mounts in. May have just found the problem here. I went to check and see if this was the right size socket, and I can spin that pinion nut off by hand. I think the thing just came loose and let that pinion walk down in there. I mean, obviously the bearings are toast anyway because of the amount of metal that went through them, but hopefully that means the bearing races are still solid. Okay. Okay, I don't see any identifying marks in this, so I'm gonna grab a hammer and a punch and mark that so I get those caps back right. There we go. Now we got a dimple there, dimple there. So now it's on the outside. And I got 2 dimples there, 2 dimples there. So I should be able to make sure my caps go back on right. I know on Dana axles there's usually a letter that's stamped in there, and one's sideways, one's vertical, but I've never been into a Sterling before, and I'm just gonna do that so I can keep track of things. And there's a lot of glitter in this thing. It kind of broke loose right there, but I can't go very far with it. Well, I can't get a good grip on anything, so I'm going to try and cheat. See if I can use my ceiling hoist. Then get that guy in there sideways. There we go. Watch the actual bearing. I don't think it's supposed to do that. Well, looking at the mess on the floor that's cleaned up, that's water. I didn't video what I did the rest of the day because honestly it was just scrubbing grease off the housing. Once I realized the condition of the internals, I decided just to clean it up, try and get all the glitter out of the housing and get down to the bare basics. It's salvageable. It will be okay. It's just the bearings got to be replaced, but the housing itself's fine. There's no slipped races or anything like that, so we'll be fine on that. So that's where we left off on the day, but it took a lot of hours of just scrubbing to make that thing not so gross. If you like what I'm doing, like, share, subscribe. I'm doing what I can. I'm having fun doing it, and I'm hoping that others do too, and that's all I can ask for.